If you guys have seen anything on the internet lately, I'm sure you've seen that Spotify has deleted 750,000 songs from their catalogs. And it's not from big name artists like Drake and Kanye. No, it's from independent artists like me and you. What's causing them to delete these songs, and can you avoid them deleting your music? Alright guys, what you are about to see is the first part of a multi-part interview that I did with Jabari from Boost Collective. I'm super excited for you guys to check it out. There's a lot of gems that he dropped in this video, so let's get right into it.
You know that we coming liars. I'ma keep praying to God. Tell those little niggas stop it. Tell my mama that I got this. You know that we coming liars.
What's going on, guys? It's Pimp Fried Rice. Welcome to the Music in the Millions podcast, the show where we give independent rappers the tools and resources needed to be successful without waiting on a record label. Guys, I got a very special guest with me today, my man Jabari from Boost Collective. How you doing today, bro?
Man, after talking to you, I'm feeling even better.
Facts. Although we did find out that he's Team Lion and I'm Team Zebra, so you guys let me know in the comments which one is better, but if you don't say Zebra, you might as well get off the channel right now.
And if you say Lion, I got something very special for you. So better vote.
Yeah, so make sure you guys hop over to his Instagram if you guys vote Lion, so that way you can collect on that. So, yeah. So with that being said, bro, let the people know who you are, what you do, and what you're bringing to the universe, because I love your energy, so let's get right into it.
All right, perfect. So what I do is I make animated music videos for My Little Pony viewers. Just kidding. I'm not a brony. In fact, what I do is
a brony.
Keep that under wraps, okay?
My bad.
Also, shout out to my bronies out there. The main thing that we do at Boost Collective is not just Jabari. It's Jabari, Ronan, and Damien. We are the dream team. All three of us, we put together a hub in which independent artists such as yourself, if you're listening, can mosey on down to our side, be like, I may need to make a release, and there's a lot that comes into it, right? You've been through this, pimp. Let me know. Whenever you make a release, could you let me know what are some of the troubles and issues you have when putting it all together?
Oh, man, when it comes to releasing something, all right, so first off, you got to make sure that you upload it in time. I actually just did a video on this, guys. So you got to make sure you upload it with enough time for that release to, one, be able to send out to playlists, blogs, curators, all those different type of people. If you're not, giving yourself enough time, you're going to run into some issues. You got to make sure that you are allowing the pre-save. You got to make sure you have some good quality cover art. You got to make sure that it's labeled properly when you upload it to the distribution company. That's another huge one, because it can get denied for, it not being written out, for you having the improper way of putting a feature down there. All this different type of stuff you got to worry about. But I'm sure you have lots of even more gems that I'm not even thinking about and covering right now. So tell us what these gems are that you should be thinking about when you're getting to a release.
See, that's the exact kind of design thinking that we brought towards Boost Collective. We realized you have a 2-week window, sometimes 3 if you're lucky and your distributor allows you, to get the whole release down. So you have to do a bunch of pitching, a little bit of PR, you have to do a lot of design, you have to master your music. We thought, what if we could make a hub where the artist comes and has all these things done for them so they can focus on the music? And that is essentially what Boost Collective has grown to become, through trial and error. So by checking our site, you'll be able to see, you can get your cover art, design work, you can get social media posts created for you, tweet posts, memes, regular posts. You can also have just your release prepared. You got some mastering, you can download beats, all that good stuff. And most importantly, Boost Collective allows us a chance to connect with artists and people such as Pimp Fried Rice.
Yeah, guys, if you have not been to their page on Instagram, Boost Collective, you do need to go check that out. Not only do they do all those things that he just mentioned, but they also literally are posting content all the time that is just little gems and little game for artists. I'm not going to lie, bro. I look at some of your posts sometimes and I'm like, oh, I'm going to turn that into a video idea. I look at that and I'm like, oh, I'm going to turn this into a content idea. Yeah. I gotta remix it, bro, because you guys are dropping gems all the time. So if you guys aren't with Boost Collective yet, you gotta definitely check them out and get a part of the Boost Nation. All right, so I got a couple questions for you today. I'm sure you've heard about everything going on with Spotify. Have you heard about like the big Spotify slap that's happening right now?
I have. I feel like I only got one side of the info, but I'm gonna try to infer the rest.
Okay, so based off what you're hearing and what you've heard so far, what's kind of what happened and we'll start off with what happened and then we'll kind of go what should artists do and how they can handle this situation after that.
So imagine you're in a court and you're part of the jury and then there's a judge. That judge is Mr. Spotify. All right, Mr. No, let's call him Senior. Senior Spotify. So Senior Spotify decided to put the mallet down and crank down on a big federal case, which is botted streams, which has been going on in the industry for a long time. In fact, if you look at people like Ellen, Justin Bieber, most of their followers on Instagram itself aren't real followers. It's part of PR, which everybody understands. Where Spotify, Mr. Spotify decided enough is enough because they want only authenticity, originality. And it makes sense because they're actually paying these people per stream. So they don't want the numbers to be all jarred up. Therefore, Mr. Spotify put out a new rule in the Spotify jurisdiction where if you're going to be botting your songs, then the hammer's going to come down and so will your song. Therefore, Spotify's algorithm is really intelligent. It's not like this one human doing it. In fact, if the Spotify algorithm notices you randomly get 40,000 streams from one IP address in Sri Lanka, it's like, man, that doesn't really make much sense, even on a logical basis, right?
Yeah, you got to get it from Russia. Sri Lanka's a little bit too sketchy.
Yeah, man. I mean, bro, Putin is out here making sure that, I mean, the Russians did 2016 election, so who knows what's going on?
Yeah, you never know, man. They got the government and the music industry by the balls.
Hey, bro, I have Borat here with a gun on my head, so we can't go too deep in, the Russian business, but more so on the Spotify business. So what happened is 750,000, I believe. Am my number correct?
Yeah, 750,000.
So, I mean, let's just look for the case of numbers. 750,000, assuming a song is roughly 2 minutes, because there's going to be some shorter songs, some longer ones, but, the trend is shorter songs. 2 minute on average, I'm making up. That's about 1,500,000 minutes.
Do you just do that in your head?
I mean, just 750K, 750 times 2, then times 100,000.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I was like, yo, this man's does quick math.
Math whiz. Okay, I went to IB. So now that Mr. Spotify's like, we're in an issue. What are we going to do? They took it all down, and artists are not happy. What they do? They go straight to the distributors. DistroKid, TuneCore. How could you do it? And understandable, too. Artists put the blood, sweat, and tears. And when you first made your song, you felt such passion and such joy. You don't want your baby to just be taken away from you. You're like a mama. You're going to protect your baby. And so now we're in this weird kind of love triangle, not really, where Spotify, they obviously don't want that to mess up the streaming numbers. The artists, some of them have got legitimate streams and are claiming that they got taken down for this. And then in the end, there's just music listeners and everybody else in the industry just speculating what's going on. So that's just the full breakdown. So my question is, what are we going to do about it? I want to hear Pimp Fried Rice's thoughts before I say mine.
Sure. And I also heard something about this too, and you can verify if it's wrong or if it's right. I heard that part of it was also that Spotify basically raised their standard of the quality of music that they allow. So basically they were saying, like, if the music doesn't meet a certain quality standard, like the actual sound of the song, that it won't be accepted, or it has the potential of being slapped and being deleted. Is that true?
Damn, FLAC files only, I see. But if that happened, I wouldn't necessarily be surprised, only because Apple Music has been doing that forever. Their quality control team has been on point. Sometimes you kind of put it on that. You can get it on Spotify if it's subpar. At least it was like that 18 months ago. On Apple Music, they'd be like, hell no. And putting on Tidal, that's like, you'll never get the chance because they each have different QC, quality control mechanisms when it comes to distributions. So Spotify's doing this. Is it really a bad thing? Sure, you can say, oh no, because some artists, like, you remember when XXXTentacion got pretty big back in the day? His music was so distorted that a bot would say, that's just a bad, low quality song. However, that went into the aesthetic and the vibe of the track. So there's going to be some people that are going to be butthurt because their song is meant to have a certain vibe that's, especially lo-fi, low fidelity right. To not be high quality. Then if you go on to higher end artists, then they're going to be obviously flourishing. So
it makes you think, like, where are they going to draw the line at? Like, what is that quality standard to where, like, are we going to end up with just a Spotify filled with just like pristine, polished sounding songs that all sound like hyper pop? Or is it going to be like, you know what I mean? Like, where is this going to draw the line? Are we going to keep progressing downwards, or is it just are they kind of like, okay, it just can't be so low of a quality? Like, I don't even know how to explain that. So low of quality that we're just not accepting it. Did you see anything about the standard of like what they're calling low quality versus not low quality?
No, this is actually news to me. I'm just going off speculation, right? At this point, At this point, I'm just as confused as you.
I don't know about that. I'm usually pretty confused, bro. It's the weed.
Okay. We're confused buddies.
Alright guys, hopefully you got a lot of gems from that video. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and tune in next time because we got a lot more coming from this interview.